Hello everyone, this is Kjones coming at y'all with another video. I thought I would do a recording of an Inferno run. I'm not too sure if I'll complete this one successfully. Usually I stream my Inferno runs, but I have found I have more success not streaming it because my nerves are not there as much and I feel like there's less pressure on me to complete it and more just do my best. I am less nervous because I'm not worried about making a mistake as much because I'm not on stream. So I thought I would go ahead and record this Inferno run because it may help some people who are learning. They may see something in the run they didn't know or something like that. I am an Ironman, but I've got pretty good gear. I don't have the best gear in the game, but I definitely have good gear. No Elysian or anything like that, and I'm not bringing any tank gear other than going to be using my Armadillo chest plate and Missouri chaps for like waves 50 and up. And I'm bringing dragon arrows and dragon darts, but I got my first 2 capes with amethyst, so not sure that's needed. And that was amethyst without the Slayer helm, so you don't need it, but why not use dragon for Inferno? And I usually bring 8 brews. Today I'm bringing, I think, 7. Yeah, 7. Because I find I have more issues with prayer in the end of the run than with brews. We'll see if that was the right choice or not, but hope you guys enjoy this video. Something I like to do is I like to turn the low detail on in RuneLite because I don't like to have all the floor detail, so I turn that on and make sure it's on low detail, and that's something I thought I would recommend. So let's get on it. I am going to be playing some music and things like that. Pretty sure YouTube will not like me playing that, but this video will not be monetized anyway, so I think it's all good.
Home services from the Home Depot makes bath remodeling easy. Our local licensed service for
freaking ad ruined the song, man.
Now I have a plan that keeps me covered for $9 a month.
All plans cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you.
That's a good song. Then he can, and every girl like you deserves a gentleman. You're wasting time, you're wasting time, you should be with me instead. I know I can treat you better, better than he can. Treat you better than he can, and a nigga like you deserves a gentleman. Just melee. Gundam.
Not how you would have done it. You bundle things right, and that saves you up to 10% on your USAA home and auto insurance. Get a quote today.
They say, oh my God. Stop. Make me wanna cry. I'm glad to see you dance just one more time. Dance me, oh. I never seen anybody do that dance before. Say, move on you, yeah. And when you're done, I'll make you do it again. I said, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hands like these and look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. Are you just begging to see me dance just one more time? Oh, I see you anytime. And all my life, I like your style. You make me cry. And now I'm begging to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, oh. I never seen anybody do that thing you do before. They say, move for me, yeah. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. Ow. Whoops. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. Say, move for me, yeah. Dance for me, oh. I'll make it do it all again, all again.
home services from the Home Depot.
Oops, I missed a foot.
Our local licensed service providers visit your home. Review project.
Oh, I missed another one. Damn it. Cause I'm not thinking straight. My head's spinning around. I can't see clear no more. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Whoa! Whoops. Oh.
$17 a month. My plan includes counseling, and it completely changed. When your standard exceeds the ordinary, exceptional experiences are to be expected with the Platinum Card from American Express. Hanging out on a
Passion hit a wall. I need a miracle. I need a miracle. Straining, reaching out. I'm waiting. I need you right now. I need you right now. Don't let me down. I'm losing my mind, yeah. I can't do it. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Damn, this is still in the top 100 in 2023. This song. Old ass song. You wanna be so dysfunctional, we stop confused, boy, sick. Try to tell you no, but my body keeps on telling you yes. I'm waking up feeling satisfied, but guilty as hell. Yeah. So baby, again. Oops. No to die. Cause you'll never be alone. I'll be with you for the be with you from dusk till dawn. With you from dusk till dawn. With you from dusk till dawn. You'll never be alone. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. I'll hold you when things go wrong. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. I'll hold you when things go wrong. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. Be with you from dusk till dawn. Everything's gonna be okay. That's what my therapist says. Everything's gonna be fine. Gonna make a good life. Never heard this song before, but I've been singing to it, so I want to figure it out what it is. I'm gonna play that song again. Sorry guys, I've never heard that song and I like it.
Licensed service provider.
Fuck, I don't remember what Wave 47 is. I think it's 2 bats. Everything's gonna be okay. That's what my therapist says. How clever is this song? That's what my therapist says. I'm a mess, I'm a wreck, I'm a hater, I'm a mess. Oh shit. I mean, that's not uncommon for me to struggle with that wave, but that was a big hit. I mean, I die in 47 a lot, so I should have paid more attention, but that was rough. Probably time to turn the music off. Usually around wave 50 is where I stop playing music. I'm the bad guy in Inferno ways. I should have looked at what was. Let's see here. 48 is 2 blob, 1 melee, 1 mage. Okay. those two bats are tough, man. Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom. I will be right back. Most people like to tune into waves 50 and up. At that point, I don't really play music because I can get actually distracted. I can be not like paying attention or something. If you're first doing the Inferno, I wouldn't even, wish I could break this vial, actually. That's irritating me, but that's fine. Basically, you probably shouldn't be listening to music at all because it can distract you when you're first learning. I'm pretty good after or up to a certain point. There are also certain ways that I know that I'm prone to die on, so I pay a little bit more attention to than others. All 50 and up I pay attention to. So here, what I'm gonna do is go over here to drag the major. You usually do want to kill the meleeer, or the meleeer, in particular the major first if you can, but think about this is I've only had 3 completions, so I'm still learning bit by bit every day. Still actually quite a noob at the Inferno. Just because you have 3 completions doesn't mean you have it down like the back of your hand. It just means that you can get through it and you're improving. So while you should take the major down first, I am still at the stage where I do whatever it looks like I'll survive the situation the most. It doesn't mean that they're the best option or what you should do in the best case scenario, or what is the meta. I don't do the meta, I do what is going to make me survive in this situation, what I'm comfortable with still. As you get better and better with practice and more completions, you get better. And you can do those things that are AKA or known as the meta. 49 I think is going to be 2 meleeers, yeah. So on wave 50 and up, I keep my Armadillo in Missouri on. That's just my personal opinion. And sometimes the nibblers can be a big issue for sure. I'm not gonna lie about that. So I'm just gonna let the meleeer be dragged over here. And I go back over on this side. And I can flick the major now, if I want to. Whoa! That was a huge misclick. Don't do that. My God. The misclicks are just brutal. One little misclick and it's like over, you know? It can be very frustrating for sure. I'm not above 70 prayer, so I do not flick. I do not flick if I'm not above 70 prayer, because the major can hit a 70. This is where you really start draining prayer like crazy. And it can be pretty rough, but I go with the most survivable chance in keeping me at full HP if possible. And you just don't ever want to underestimate the Inferno. Just make sure my setup is correct with Augury and Mage. We're good. And this is also where I really start trying to think and like get myself in a controlled state before every single wave. Or try to. Because it is pretty difficult 50 and up. And I mean, they're all difficult, but yeah. So, I did not get those nibblers, unfortunately, but what I'm going to do is try to power through this major. And obviously, we're going to have that freaking bat. I will get the bat, But since the major's almost down, I'm going to try to, well, the bat is just doing a lot of damage. So here's what we're going to do is we're going to take out that bat and then continue on the major. Major's down. Immediately I'm going to go to the nibblers because that's an issue. Oops. Yeah, the ranger can melee you. So because my pillars are in a really good state, it allowed me to take a couple seconds to prioritize something else. And basically realize that it wasn't worth me risking the damage because my pillars were in good health, and just to take down the major first in that situation. You have to be pretty quick on your feet, and sometimes that is what causes people to die, is just how quick some of this decision making is in the Inferno on these higher level, or any wave really, when you're learning. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drink Prayer Pot. At this point, I usually do like to Saradomin brew, but I'm going to save it because I already kind of chugged some brews on wave 47. But I like to get that defense up. I like to have at least one sip usually. But in this case, I'm not going to, because I have already used quite a lot of brews, and I'm 104 defense, which is better than 99, I guess. We're going to have 2 bats, and the bats hit hard. Absolutely, you know. And there's 2 of them, which is pretty brutal. I'm going to try one more time to grab this nibbler, and if I don't get it, I'm just going to freaking leave it. You know, it's just not worth... It's not worth worrying about. We did get it, thankfully. That was pretty lucky. And I'm going to let this major come over here now. But yeah, in that situation, that pillar is healthy. So let's say I didn't, for whatever reason, get it. It would have been okay to let that nibbler eat a little bit until I got the major down. In these waves, it's okay for that. You just want your pillars to be enough to get through. But they're in all very healthy condition at this point. And a lot of that can be it can be RNG. Like, what your pillar health can be RNG. Sometimes the nibblers will only target one pillar the entire Inferno, versus changing it up. But you do want to always prioritize those nibblers in the lower waves, so in the higher waves you can allow them to nibble a little bit on these tough situations. I think this was 2 bats, so the next one will be a blob, ranger, and major, which is correct. I just double checked that. I do like to save my special attack for the next wave for the blow pipe, because maybe that will give me that quick heal that I need, versus using it now. I can just use blood barrage. Okay, I'm going to take another sip of Restore. I probably should have also taken a Saradomin brew sip. I just forgot. But that's definitely going to need to happen to get that extra defense for sure. I need to remember that. Okay, there's that blob. I'm going to go ahead and come in this corner and let that ranger hit me. I know I'm safe from the major hitting me right now. So we're just going to come over here and switch to mage. Basically, I'm dragging over that ranger. This is tough. You got to be really careful. I'm praying mage, as you can see, because that major was going to come over. I didn't know for sure if he hit me, but I didn't want to take the chance. So that blob can be spawned again. That's okay. What we'll do is just hop over back to the ranger. I'm not sure if it can see me in this position. I don't think it can. That was kind of a lucky spawn. But yeah, 50 and up, the prayer drain is pretty significant with that Augrion and everything, rigor, and also just more monsters per wave. It pretty drastically changes, actually. Sometimes if you run to the corner, all three will be stacked, versus if you don't run up to the corner, they're not stacked, but that's why I do that sometimes. So I will be able to take a brew sip before, you know, the next wave, and before restore. It'll be wave 55, 54, excuse me, which will be a bat, blob, etc. These waves are really hard, and they start making it really easy to die. I'm saving my specs for the next wave. Okay, I killed it. I'm going to go ahead and do that Ceradoma brew and then restore. Make sure you restore. I'm kind of in a tough spot there. Okay, I was really lucky to hit the nibblers. Now we're going to have to drag this major over. So what we're going to do, as soon as it ducks, we'll do that. And we're just going to drag it. Something I may do right here, I won't kill this ranger, but I will just get a little couple heals off of it so I can feel confident when I flick the major. This is a really good spawn. So here we go. Hop back over. I wait for the ranger to duck before I change prayer. Or after the ranger to attack, then I change prayer and hop back, if that makes sense. You know, having the ability to hop back on each side and knowing when to switch prayer and not get hit, that is a big tool. So, if you look here, I was on the ranger, I got to the corner, and as soon as that ranger attacked, I prayed mage and hopped back over here. That's a tool that's very helpful. So, 55 is going to be 2 bat, 2 blob. Or, sorry, 2 bat, 1 blob. That is a pretty tricky wave for sure, 55. I have had my fair share of deaths on that as well. Once again, saving specs for the wave itself. If you are using a Ceradoma Godsword instead of blowpipe specs, that's a little different. Because ideally you're milking the health and the prayer, so you won't use that during the wave. You'll be using that in this kind of situation. But if it's a blowpipe spec, I just feel like using it here is better. Or during the wave is better, excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drink one of these. Get that gear on just to have a little bit more defense. This is a good spawn. I need to drag the major over, which can be a little frustrating. When he does his attack, I try to switch back to range if I can. Okay, I'm going to get on the corner here. And as soon as he attacks, try to get over here. I'm also just going to quickly try to spec off of this ranger. And as soon as the ranger attacks, switch over here. That's the idea. So we're going to see that a lot in the higher waves. That's a really common mechanic. Now the major will spawn probably those bats to the south on the compass, but they'll be so far away they shouldn't be able to hit me. Every spawn is different on waves, so sometimes you will get better spawns than others. Okay, that was a pretty lucky spawn for sure, in my opinion. Okay, we're back to full health, which is good. I did use my blowpipe specs. 56 is 2 blobs, a ranger and a mage. I do feel like the 2 bats in a blob versus 2 blobs are just as dangerous because the bats hit really hard. But the 2 blobs are definitely very difficult too. Okay. Running up to get close so they are stacking, so I have the chance to one hit them basically. So here I'm gonna corner spot this ranger. This is a pretty shitty situation. Oh god, I'm not even praying mage. Wow. So I'm gonna eat a little bit here. I was praying the wrong thing, which I don't know why. Really not good. Something I need to be really careful about is not getting dragged out. Just make sure my blood barrage is on. I do have my augury on because I'm kind of lower health, and that's pretty nerve-wracking. So, I'm not sure why. I guess when I clicked pray range. That was really dangerous. I tanked a lot of mage hits there. I was extremely lucky. For some people, y'all may be saying, are y'all okay with the bruise for Zuck? Yeah, I would say you need at least 2 bruise for a perfect Zuck. I don't expect me to have a perfect Zuck, but like, I'm good, you know, for now. I'm kind of testing out what's the best thing for me, you know. I don't want this blob over here in case the ranger is spawned over here. I don't know, actually. So I'm just going to do the major. It's a tough call here. That's okay, not too big of a deal here. I got so lucky not getting hit by that major, honestly. That was so crazy. That last round, that was so bad on me. After that horrible wave, I'm not sure I even deserved this KC. I mean, starting off praying range, kind of crazy. Okay, I need to make sure these quick pairs are right. Mage, augury. Check it, we're good. I don't know, just really getting me. Gonna save the specs, of course, for the next wave, which would be 57. 1 melee, 1 range, 1 mage, which I feel like is a better wave than what I've been doing the past couple waves, but I could be wrong, so I just have to really pay attention. The prayer's looking okay. The bruise, not so much. So we just have to be a little bit careful there. Interesting. So those are stacked up. I think the Ranger can see me. Not too sure about the Major. I don't want to risk it, that's for sure. Okay, so these two are stacked like this. I usually deal with the Ranger first, because I don't really know how to get pulled effectively here. So the back will attack first, I pray range, then mage as soon as the Ranger attacks. That's how I do this. Okay, very good. That's nice. The Ranger can still be revived, and so can the meleeer, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to just take a sip of prayer, and then wave 58 is going to be 1 bat, 1 melee, 1 ranger, 1 mage. Okay. Ugh. It really starts getting hard, that's for sure. So I'm going to take 1 more hit on the nibbler, pray range. We're going to get this dude down. What we're also going to do is try to get this meleeer down. I'm not going to worry about the nibbler, so here's what we're going to do. Is we're going to hop over here and just try to get this guy down as soon as possible so we can get that nibbler. Which rigor hits strong, so very good. Now we're going to come over here and we're just going to get this nibbler because I do want there to be another pillar at this phase. And that pillar can come in handy, you know, so these are just things to take note of. What a weird circumstance. Okay, 59. 59, the next wave is going to be 2 bat, 1 melee, 1 ranger. Okay, so the bats are definitely a problem. You just have to really watch out for them. They're very difficult. They hit really hard. This is such a weird, like, situation to be in. I don't like being on this side, really. But basically, as soon as that ranger dies, I'm going to be going on the other side. Running over here real quick, turning on this. Okay, so right off the bat, we're going to let those nibblers kind of do their thing. The meleeer can hit me. The major cannot at this time. But as soon as that meleeer goes down, he is going to be able to see me, I'm pretty sure. We're going to use our special attack here. We do have rigor on, and we're going to go ahead and get this major on me too. And we're going to keep the rigor on because we do want to get those nibblers. We do want that pillar up as an emergency. We shouldn't have to use it, but we never want to assume. So we're just going to try to get this major down ASAP. At these high level waves, you just want to let the nibblers not make you die, right? And chasing after those nibblers is not good. You're going to take a lot of damage and potentially definitely die from that. So we're all set there. I can Now we're going to finish off this wave. Not a bad spawn. It's a good spawn. The nibblers were a problem. If I would have chased those, the potential of me dying, whoa, is really high. Also, misclicking is a huge issue, obviously. Okay. Okay, so 60 is 1 blob, 1 melee, 1 ranger, 1 mage. It is very difficult for sure. The wave 60s are definitely the hardest. They're very difficult. So at this point, I am going to go ahead and prepare by drinking a Ceridome Brew to be 120 defense. And also above maximum health. I think that that's always wise to do with the wave 60 pluses. And I'm going to take another restore. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let the nibbler just do its thing. The meleeer is trapped, which is really good. Oops, excuse me. Not anymore, which sucks. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run here. And that meleeer is stuck, which is really good. And just be careful we don't misclick on anything. We're going to go ahead and get that meleeer down ASAP. We can flick the ranger. I am not going to go for those nibblers. It's just not worth it. And then we're going to go here, and we're going to try to get this guy down ASAP. Only going to be flicking rigor. That pillar probably is going to go down. That's okay. I'm hoping to kill the major before that happens. We did it. We're going to come over here. Oops, excuse me. We're going to kick that apparently. What the fuck is going on? Wow. Okay. Why am I just like not... I mean, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I just literally couldn't put on my wand. Like, what the fuck? Okay, I have to be really careful because these guys can hit and kill me. Okay, so we're going to try to heal off this ranger. I don't think we'll heal to full, unfortunately. We'll just go with whatever we got. We're not going to heal to full, so we are going to brew probably the rest of the way. But we'll have 2 specs for next, which is good. It will be wave 61. 1 bat, 1 blob. That's pretty hard. So we're going to go ahead and just have some of this. And this. Okay, we're going to be not max HP, which is pretty shitty, but it's not worth drinking, I think, another brew, in my opinion. Because then I would have to restore, and I would be wasting a sip to restore. I just don't think that's the way to go. So, we are going to go this, 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 and go. We're going to run here. This is an excellent spawn. The one thing we don't want to do here is chase the nibblers. As you can see, I corner spotted the major. which is incredible. That pillar will go down. It is a sacrifice I am completely willing to make. Absolutely. It went down. That's fine. That is an important pillar. Every pillar is important, but when you get into the wave 60s, it's not worth fretting about. Because, I mean, we're getting really high up there in the waves, and 63 is arguably the hardest. And we're not even there yet. We're on wave 62, but... So I wish I could have kept that pillar alive, but it would have not been worth taking all the damage. At least that is what I hope would have been the outcome, and that I made the right outcome. Okay. Okay, we're going to come back here. So 62 is going to be the 2 bats. I personally feel like 62 is just as hard as wave 63 because the 2 bats, the blob, is just as strong as 2 blobs. That's my opinion, and so it is pretty tricky. Go ahead and drink that. It is nerve-wracking to get to these waves because you want to get past it so you can get to Zuck and triples, and you can die very easily. So this rocky support you can see is pretty low. I need it for wave 63 probably, so I don't know. We'll see what we can do. We don't want to risk chasing the nibblers though. These are all these things that you should be thinking about when getting to these higher levels so you can get to Zuck. Or at least do your best to get to him, right? So this is not a bad spawn. I'm going to let those nibblers go. I'm switching back and forth for the blob, trying to get this major down before... Oh god. I'm going to also try to get this guy. Okay, that's good. We got those down. I do want that pillar for wave 63. That's why I kind of did like a sacrifice. Rigor is still on. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. We do have spec, so I'm going to go ahead and use spec here one time. I can flick this ranger. The melee is coming. It does have a bit of a delay, so I'm not too worried. I do think it's probably worth saving blowpipe spec for wave 63 because it's 2 blobs, and so therefore I am going to let that regenerate. I do think it's worth it. And arguably I also think it's worth probably brewing above, but I'm not going to because you just never know what you're going to get in terms of when you'll need to brew. So I don't really know what to do here. I'm thinking about it. I definitely know I want to have my specs for wave 63. Taking note that freezing the major is a big deal too. You may need to do that at this stage. I am contemplating whether or not to brew. I probably will right now. I'll do a sip of brew and then restore. So we did that. Here we go. This is a nice spawn. I will say that. I'm gonna go here. I'm also gonna try to pull out this meleeer to come here and see if I can deal with him there. I'm gonna go here. This is how I decided to handle this, and then I'm gonna come back over here and switch here because I do want to prioritize that major, no doubt, if I can. Make sure that I'm not gonna get pulled out because that would kill me. When you brew and stuff, it can sometimes cause your mage, if you don't restore, to get pulled out. So I double checked that. And here we go. That was good. Really good. But it can respawn everything, so I need to be careful. And the ranger should not be able to see me. In fact, that blob should not be able to see me, but if I killed the ranger and blob, the chances of them being respawned would be really high and would use a lot of prayer, and they could spawn in a way that makes it difficult for me to prioritize the major. The meleeer's back, that's okay. So that's why I made that decision. I am going to wait for that meleeer to probably come and attack me. I'm not too sure. I could probably do a little bit on this. Yeah, we're just going to wait. We're not going to make it complicated. Wave 64 is going to be 2 melee, 1 ranger, and 1 mage. When I get to that. I find that much easier than wave 63, though I'm sure I've died on wave 64 as well, so we're just not going to underestimate anything. If I need to heal, I will save my specs, so as for my supplies, I'm doing okay. I'm not doing incredible on prayer. I'm not doing incredible on brews, but I'm doing enough to where if I do get to Zuck, it should be okay. We'll see, though. Okay. We're going to go ahead and take a sip of Restore here. We are still above 100 HP, which is incredible. We just didn't really take damage last wave, which is really nice to have this wave. I got a very lucky spawn. It is very much so a blessing. Sometimes wave 63 can be very brutal. Same with 62. I have to be vigilant for this wave. We don't want to underestimate it. We're going to let those nibblers go. We're just not even going to entertain that. And we're going to go ahead and get this... we're going to go ahead and actually TiVo that one. Why not? I don't know, actually. Let's actually do a major. I'm going to try to get the major down so he doesn't respawn anybody. Excuse me. So say prayer. But now we got 2 of these and pray. We want to basically pray they're off tick. Which they're not, but thankfully we killed the... We don't really need to use spec, but I used it here. I'm going to turn off rigor. We can go ahead and get those nibblers after this. After this meleeer is down. Not flicking. Don't want to bother with it. My focus is just to kill it. Okay, we're going to get over here and try to handle that. Okay, to have 2 pillars at this stage, you're good even with 1. So that's above average. That's fantastic. Wave 65 is going to be 2 rangers and a mage. Don't underestimate that either, because the spawn, and if they stack up oddly, that can be really, really difficult. So if they stack up incorrectly, you're gonna have to do some funky thing that can cause you to die. So that's something we don't want to underestimate either. Okay, so we're gonna come here and we're gonna press this. We also need to have our stronger gear on. This is a really shitty spawn, honestly. Oh shit, man. I need to figure out what to do here. Oh. Okay, so we have a ranger coming over here. That's totally okay. I'm cool with that. So I'm really happy that the pillar is still here. That's really good. I'm going to go also ahead and heal up off of this ranger. Make sure that I'm not brewed down. That was a tough spawn because no matter where I went, I probably kind of freaked out, but I felt like the major could see me on either side. I don't quite remember. So basically what I'll do here on out is go back and watch the clip on that wave to see if there was a side where I would have been fine or if I freaked out. I don't know. Now, if the ranger spawns, it will spawn over here. So I need to know to pray range immediately if the major respawns it, because it will be spawning here. So I can't get tripped out about that. Okay, so that's excellent. We're going to want to get on the other side. It actually doesn't really matter because it's double majors next round. So it didn't really matter too much. I'm just going to run to the other side because why not, you know? He can spawn the rangers, so I need to get down here immediately so I'm safe, basically. Because he can spawn the rangers, you know. So we just want to be a little careful there. There it goes. There's a ranger. So, in this situation, we just want to do that. The back is going to attack first, followed by an immediate... Ooh. That is not the best. Yeah, so sometimes that can happen, and that's what we're going to do here. I think what I like to do is try to kill this one in the back. Okay. And they can't be respawned both again, but I'm just going to go ahead and focus the major anyway. So, yeah, that spawn was actually a new situation where the ranger spawned here, we had a major here, and then a ranger. I think I could have maybe gone here and had just 2 rangers on me. I don't know. I have to go back and watch this clip. That I wasn't really not sure what was going on there. So okay, next is going to be those 2 majors. Now, when the 2 majors die, the pillars fall, so that's something to take note of. I don't really care about the nibblers, so I'm not even going to be, I guess, entertaining them. Because that pillar, I don't really need it, and it's going to fall after this anyway. You can just flick them. I like going behind the pillar because if I mess up, I have a safety net. It doesn't matter. You do what you want to do. Okay, so now they're both low. I'm going to go ahead and drink a restore, and we're just going to come out here away from the pillar, because if that pillar falls on you, it hits like big damage. Oh shit. So we good, should be good on here. Jad should now spawn. We're going to hit the log out button because triples is next. No rigor, it takes too much prayer in my opinion. I do like to turn up the game sounds a little bit. The healers will spawn. They heal. They do a lot of damage, but we gotta get them. And I'm gonna just go ahead and grab them all with a barrage if I can. Very good. There is a trick where you can run underneath Jad now. Let me just get close enough. So here I like to go ahead and blood barrage if I can. Okay, we're full health. My hands do get a bit sweaty at this point. The nerves are what will kill you, so you gotta find a way to chill out that. I'm not even wearing my Missouri chaps. So that's done. Now what I like to do is really just chill out. You know, triples are next. I'm usually pretty good at triples, but the truth is that we all can make mistakes very easily. I'm a little bit low on prayer. I think there's enough, but I also like to drop this vial. Another thing is I just like to turn everything off. I like to go ahead and I don't know if I can stream this in the Discord if I'm also recording it. Let's find out. I guess I can. Okay, so I can, but I'm not going to deal with it. We're going to go ahead and turn this on. I thought there was a way I could turn this off. Can't you turn your freaking private off? Oh, show none. Show none. So I just turn everything off. People think you're going to be cheating. Who cares? And the game I like to have on. That's the only thing. And then the trade, you can't trade with me anyway. But we're going to go ahead and put those off. Another thing that I do like to do during this time is I like to put recoil settings before Zook and all that, but we're not going to do that at this time. My bearded dragon always likes to go crazy during triples. I have a pet bearded dragon. She always likes to go crazy, but hope that didn't happen today. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hopefully do this. I'm going to hide the screen from my login, and then we'll get going. I'm going to take a little break, really clear my nerves because I am nervous, and I should not be. I'm also going to say hello to my bearded dragon, and all that. So we'll be back for the second recording. Okay, now we're on to Zuck. That was actually a pretty rough triples. The healers really messed me up. That definitely was not fun. So now I'm going to prepare for Zuck. And then the way I'm going to do that is clean up my inventory to keep it as clean as possible. When you log out, the stuff on the floor should disappear, so that should not be an issue. So what I like to do is just get everything good to go that is most important at the top. So here we are. I'll put my blowpipe there and everything else here, and that looks really good. Another thing I like to do is set my quick prayers to redemption and rigor, and then I like to check them, make sure they're correct. Lastly, I like to put on my recoil settings and toggle the recoil effect to enable my recoil ring. This is very effective on the healers. And we're all good. We're at Zuck, which is fantastic. I hope not to mess it up. Last time I did. I spawned Jad with the major, and that really put a turn on things. I have all my Bastions potions saved for Zuck, so that's good. Now, before I log out, something that I like to do is I like to prepare in terms of the prayers, which I did, the inventory setup, the ring of recoil, which it's enabled, and then I like to completely brew to full and everything, and same with my prayer. 3 restores is enough for Zuck, certainly, especially on task. Something on task I'd like to mention, because I'm on task, I have made mistakes where my character hits extremely hard. So when I think it's not going to hit or spawn healers or spawn a certain something, it does. Because you can hit 80s. I think the max I've seen is 76 in the Inferno, but I know you can hit 80 something. I like to have an 80 something threshold. So if I know my max hit on a T-bow, let's see, is I've seen 76, right? And you do 15% more damage on task. So 76 plus 11. I don't know if that's accurate, but this is probably not true, but it says 87. So I like to at least have an 85 to 87 health gap, which is a lot of health and can be very tricky. Now, I've never seen my T-bow hit that, but it definitely hits in the 70s consistently. So it's something to take note. If you're not on task, you don't really have that much of an issue. You're not as accurate. You're not going to be hitting. You can hit 70s with dragon arrows, but you shouldn't be hitting in the 80s unless maybe you have like a full Missouri. I don't know. You just have to look into your max hit and be really careful about that. So we're going to go ahead and brew. And then we're going to go ahead and restore up. I also like to stack my brews accordingly, so we're going to do it like that. I'm not full restore, full prayer, that's fine. We'll just have to keep an eye out for that and go from here. So we're going to go ahead and log out and say hello to Zuck. Got a little Christmas hat on. I don't know if this like rune light's not registering it or what, but it's not registering my rigor. There we go. Okay, I cannot hit again because then Jad is coming, so. Okay, I messed up on Jad, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and brew up and just prepare for the next stuff. Okay, so I can hit to 240, so I need to be really careful here. Okay, we're gonna wait for the next corner. Didn't hit. That's so crazy. Okay, we're gonna wait for the next corner. Oh my god. Okay, that was cutting it a little close, and I really risked it, but I did it. Ay, ay, ay. Sorry guys, that was stressful. I mean, I had to figure out what to do there. Sorry. I had to, like, calculate that. Yay! I got a new Inferno personal best. That was, like, super close. I probably should have killed the ranger, but I was like, forget it. He's 150 health. He's, like, super close to dead. And my T-bow's gonna hit. And then my T-bow wasn't hitting. And I was like, well, don't freak out. Just kill it. So, my god. That was so scary. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. It was super risky. That was my 4th KC. But I think it's important to know that sometimes you have to kind of figure out what's best in the situation. And I know that me killing that ranger, I was more likely to get hit by Zuck and mess up than just trying to kill him. But I don't know. Was that dumb of me? What do you think? I probably should have just killed the ranger, but like I said, he was 150 health, and usually my T-bow goes burr, and that time it didn't go burr, and I almost died, but I made it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope that some of the advice I gave on the waves helped.